Hi, welcome into this video. In this video, you will learn what are callback functions and how to use them. So, before starting, if you're new to this channel, make sure to press the subscribe button and press the bell icon in order to get the latest videos updates. So, let's start. Here's the Visual Studio Code by Microsoft, and I already created the callback underscore functions JS file. This is the blank file, and I integrate this HTML and I integrate this JS file with the HTML file just to see the results in our browser. And whatever code I will write in this tutorial is also available in this GitHub repository. This is the repository. The link of this repository is also available in the description, so make sure to see the code and also watch this repository for more codes, right? So let's start by typing some functions. Function greet user, and it simply receives the name and simply alerts the user welcome and name. This is basically a basic concatenation, and when this function calls, it simply requires a name. This is just the parameter name. It simply requires some string number or anything. Whatever we provided, it simply alerts on the browser. So let's code another function which name is getName and wait. And here whatever I give the name to all this function, it depends. The name always depends on you, but it's sure. But it must be descriptive. So this is the another function. It simply receives the callback. It simply receives the function in this greet parameter. Now what we want to do in this function is get the username first. So let's initialize username variable and prompt what's your name. Okay, it simply asks the user in the browser to type his or her name, and after that what I will do is call this greet, because this is the function. Whenever we will call this function greet name and greet, so then we will pass the function, and that function will call here. Now in this function we are going to pass the username. Okay, let's call this function get name and greet. Get name and greet and greet user. Okay, now what I've done is I created this function and receives something in this parameter, whatever I want to pass it, but I call this parameter name because I am passing the function in this argument, in this function's argument. So this function will receive in this greet parameter, and it will simply call, and the username will pass in this function, and the error shows to the user. Let's check it out in the browser, and then I'll tell you what a callback function. What is callback function here, right? So let's check it. Run the HTML file and type your name. My name is Ahsan. Welcome Ahsan. This is the perfect greet message. Okay, it runs fine. So the purpose of this video is what a callback function. So the callback function is greet user. Your mind is thinking why this greet uses the callback function, because we passes the greet user into this function, in the getName and greet function, right? So whatever function you pass into the other function acts as the callback function in the function. So let's make it more simple, that greet copy greet user acts as the callback function. Okay, greet user acts as the callback function here. Okay, Now we pass the greet user function, and it will receive in this the function will receive in the greet parameter, and after that we call this function and passes the username whatever we will receive from our user. Now user is me. Okay, so this function is callback. So this is the first example. I hope you learned what a callback. So let's make the another example. But before going to another example, I want to make your mind clear that what a callback function is. This is the callback function here, because I passes this function into this another function, and in this function I call that function whatever function I will receive when this function calls. So let's make the another example, so I think you will understand better. Example 1. Example 2. Let's give some functions. Function add, and it will receive the two numbers, and 1 and 2, and simply returns whatever it receives, the sum of the numbers whatever it will receive, and copy, paste. Okay, now what I'm going to do is subtract and minus and multiply. Okay, these are 4 functions. This is the very simple functions. I don't want to define to you. And calculate, and M1, M2 operation. Okay. M1, M2. Okay. What's the hack is? I created the 4 functions, very basic functions, and the function here is also very simple, but not for you because you don't know what are callbacks actually. So this function, while the function calls, it simply requires 3 parameters. First parameter, it will require the num1, second one is num2, and third one is operation, which is basically we will pass the callback function here, right? So let's call it so you can understand better. As time 2 and multiply. So what the hack is, we call this function calculate and pass num1, num2, and passes the operation what we want to perform. We simply passes the multiply function here. So this function will receive the multiply function in this operation parameter, and after that it will simply call this multiply function here and passes the num1 and num2 whatever it will receive in this both parameters, and it will passes the both numbers to the multiply function, and multiply function is simply multiply both numbers and returns the response whenever the response returns. For example, 10 multiplied by 2 is 20, so the answer is 20 will return to us. So let's alert this answer, alert. Okay, let's check it in the browser. Okay, 20 is fine, working. So multiply is just the callback. Here multiply is the ordinary function, but in we passes the multiply function to this calculate function. So inside this calculate function the multiply function acts as the callback function, because we passes the multiply function and calls it into the another function. Why? Whatever function you will calls into the another function is acts as the callback function inside that function, right? So I hope you learned what I said, and the code is with you. The link is here in the description, so make sure to check it out. Let's check other functions like add. Okay, I want to do addition, then I pass the add function here, and for 12. Okay, now there's no compulsion that you want to define the function separately and passes that function name. No, there's another function. There's this another way, which is you simply write the function here, whatever function you pass here. You don't want to code the function in the previous lines and after that you put its name. It's your choice, whatever approach you use. It totally depends on you, but pass the name. Both ways are awesome. It depends on you, right? What way you like. Okay, I hope you learned what a callback function is. This is basically in 2 examples that are very basic, and the code is here. I hope you love this tutorial, like this tutorial, and you understand what I want to taught you. So for now, bye.